Hello and welcome back to Earth Rose Tarot. How are you doing? Thank you so much for being here. Today is going to be a general tarot love reading for my Geminis. This is for Gemini and Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. It is a general reading, it's not a personal one, so anything I say that doesn't resonate for you, leave it for someone else. And it is a timeless reading. It's for whenever you come across it. So if there's anything I say in this reading that resonates for you with the roles reversed as well, please go ahead and reverse those roles. And if you're new to the channel, huge welcome. Thank you so much for trying me out. If you're a returning subscriber, and I know we have a lot of wonderful new Gemini subscribers, then huge welcome back. Thank you so much for being here and all your amazing support. Okay. Gemini, I'm going to look at what is coming towards you next in love, what messages come through for you that we need to know. So let's get straight into it. For Gemini, please, what messages do we have for my Geminis for their love reading today? Oh, the Ace of Pentacles. It kind of turned around sticking out of the deck and didn't completely come out. So there could be an element of hesitation attached to an opportunity here, or the opportunity of starting something new. Let's find out some more. Gemini, please. Oh my goodness, what's going on? We have the Knight of Swords. So it could be something coming in out of the blue. Fairly unexpected. There is definitely, I feel like it's something that might get you up in your head in terms of it's not going to be like a straight, oh yes, well I'll definitely go for that. It's more like a, I can't, I like, or, you know, it's I can't, I shouldn't because XYZ, because this person is going to end up hurting me. This is going to be something that I accept now that is going to blow up in my face later. Let's see. Tell me some more. Oh, we have the Strength card, which is Leo's major arcana. Tell me more for Gemini. The Six of Cups, but it came out kind of sideways on my table, which is, it can talk about someone that you already know from the past. It's also like I'm getting Gemini, this is someone that you used to reminisce on the good times with, and then you tried very hard to stop thinking back about the good times with this person. Yeah, because every time you tried to make it happen with this person, as I said already, it blew up in your face. And then look, at the bottom of the deck, when that Six of Cups came out, we have the Ten of Cups, which is like at some point this represented your everything you could wish for, your happily ever after, your heart's desire, and potentially you thought like the one. And then underneath it is the Magician, and then the Tower, and then the Five of Cups. This is every time you try to make, this is like the dream, the daydream, the fantasy of all this happiness. Every time you tried to make it really happen and materialize, it all got destroyed, it blew up, and you were left crying. So, all right. Tell me about the Ace of Pentacles for Gemini then, please. Two of Cups came out sideways. It's a Two of Cups question mark. Nine of Swords, Three of Cups when that came out. I feel like there's potentially a communication and an offer here coming in, Gemini. It's from someone, as I already described, at some point you thought that they might be the one. It might be your soulmate. However, there could have been like they have this tendency to still be seeing other people when you think something is actually starting between the two of you. Or there is a third party, like a permanent third party, the same one that they also still involve or they keep going back to. It's basically just a concern of, I'm going to get hurt again. It's coming back around again and the same thing's going to happen. And maybe it's like, I can't trust this person. Okay, let's get some more for Gemini, please. We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The deck split to show the Eight of Cups and the Six of Wands. The Eight of Cups talks about someone who turned their back on you and walked away from you. The Six of Wands is like, or even you turned your back on this person, like, you know, there was a detachment basically, and there's a sense of like, oh, and I was right to do so. Whoever, maybe both of you were like, yeah, that's for the best, bye. but it's actually talking about the fact that things felt worse from one side or the other. Yeah. It's very short-lived victory for whoever felt like that. I mean, could be both of you. Obviously, just take if it resonates. But this is like feeling pretty righteous in walking away. And then that does not last. It turns into sadness and grief. Why is the Strength card here, please? King of Swords. This can be you, Gemini. That's your air energy. You can also be talking about your counterpart. But when that came out, and this is like someone, if you're hearing from somebody, it's almost like, I would not allow myself to reply. I will not send this person a reply and a message. It's withholding communication with that sword pointing down, being very firm. Like, I said what I said. You're not going to shake my foundation of my belief here. And when that came out, the deck split to show the Page of Swords and the Seven of Swords. And that's what I'm saying. Underneath the Page of Swords is the Nine of Wands and the Five of Swords. It's like you've been on this roller coaster before. You know how it goes. You know this person keeps things hidden, keeps things secret, downright lies to your face. The Nine of Wands talks about the wounded warrior. You know, you have already been emotionally beaten up in this situation, and now you have a very big wall up. The Five of Swords it's more about like feeling defeated. And underneath it is the Magician again. It's like, why bother? Why would I bother trying to say anything that I could say, or I feel like I still want to get off my chest to this person? What's the point? Because we know how it goes every time we try and make this happen, is basically what's coming through. Okay, let's get some more for you, Gemini. So what is coming towards Gemini next in love, please? Tell me about this. What messages do we have for Gemini? Engagement ring, higher commitment, eternity, partnership and union. At the bottom of the deck is teddy bear, interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, wanting to date. I mean, the Ace of Pentacles, it can be a beautiful, shiny engagement ring in some context. I think that would be absolutely wild if this person turned up unexpectedly to propose, but let's get some more. This could just be talking about the gesture to actually solidify things, to make this a commitment, etc. Girl with a snake, charmed or used, enable boundaries. At the bottom of the deck is the Death card. The relationship is over, no second chances, what's dead is dead. Now I wonder if that's talking about a third party that they kept allowing to walk over their boundaries, or they enabled a third party. Tell me about girl with a snake, please. That can also be boy with a snake or man with a snake in real life. It doesn't have to necessarily be a female. Yeah, Phoenix. I thought I was going to see this card. New phase and rekindle, renew and growth, changed mind, rise from the ashes. So why girl with a snake? Not today in reverse. I was just saying how whoever this is, the person with the snake, is someone who walked over someone's boundaries. This would say in the upright, boundaries and hurt. Avoiding conversation, not dealing, still upset. It's in reverse. Now, the girl with the snake, that could also be representing this person, because they might be like a charmer in terms of they know what to say. It's like someone you go, oh, I can't stay angry at you very long, because they're able to, if you know, I get from you, as I was saying, that wall, that I said what I said, I'm not talking to you anymore, and that is about a boundary. Could be that they are doing what they can or saying what they can to get past your boundary once again. Why is girl with a snake here? Please give me another one on that. This would be in the upright. This not today. That would be that King of Swords and the Strength card I was talking about. Like firmly, like nope, I refuse. I will not reply to you. I won't message. It says avoiding conversation on it. Still upset with you kind of thing. Yeah, so this could actually be all about this person who is trying to sneakily, I mean, snakes are beautiful, but they do symbolize also treachery and temptation. You know, eat the apple, Eve, etc. Tell me more about the girl with the snake. Teddy bear again now comes out in, I've already read it, but yeah. Love call. Expressing love, messages of love, thinking of you, that you're going to hear from this person. Again. Okay, let's get some more. I feel like I know how you feel about this person, so I want to actually ask rather than how do you feel about them. So I think I've described it already in terms of you thought this was the one, now they've hurt you enough times. Yeah, that you're wounded and defensive. So, what happened between Gemini and this person? Well, we have the Temperance card, that's Sagittarius' major arcana. It landed on top of Phoenix. Well, no, it's not telling me what happened. It's telling me about what this person is doing now. The Six of Swords. Oh, and the Seven of Swords. Oh, deep. At the bottom of the deck is the King of Cups, which is water, energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. This could have been what happened, because this looks like it's basically what you feel is going to happen now that I already described, and it could have been what happened before as well. It feels like a repeating cycle with this situation, Gemini. This is, you know, you heal from whatever happened. At some point where they crossed the line with you before, you get over it. Maybe they then come back and you guys feel like you're starting to make progress. You're starting to move forward together, because there's two people in that Six of Swords boat. You leave whatever happened in the past, but they're still lying. They're still, you know, they're doing that with you, but then they're doing something else behind your back. What's this Seven of Swords? We have the Two of Wands with the Ace of Wands. This feels like they're deceptive about actually, they have made the choice to have this beginning with you. Why are they lying about that? Oh gosh, this... So, Ten of Cups came out. This is like they are pretending to play happy families. They're pretending to... Well, they're kind of telling you what you want to hear as well. You know what I was saying about that Ten of Cups that you had hoped would materialize with them in the past, or repeatedly thought maybe you could have that happiness with them. But why is that? Why is it that the Ten of Cups previously has led to Tower moments? The Nine of Wands. It could be that this person pretends that they will let you in, and then they push you away or put a wall up to you. Page of Swords in reverse, and then the Tower at the bottom of the deck. Underneath the Tower is the Seven of Wands and the Four of Cups. Oh, it's like this person gets triggered very easily by something, and they start to project onto you that you are thinking something about them which isn't true. It's like you think poorly of them, and then they get extremely defensive, and it blows up. It's almost like this person sabotages the connection every time it's reaching the potential of happily ever after. They blow it up. They hit the self-destruct button. But they do it because they think that in like criticizing them, or that they're doing something, some sort of behavior, and they feel like, oh well, Gemini probably thinks I'm rubbish now, so you know what, screw it, I don't want Gemini anyway. I don't know how to explain it. It's like then they come back towards you. Okay, let's get some more, because that's a very confused. It's maybe they do want this with you, but then they don't want you to see them, like any potential flaws they might have. I mean, we're all flawed. We're humans, after all. Like, to be human is to be flawed in one way or another. Okay, let's get some more. What's going on here? Gemini, please. We have bankrupt. Giving money came out sideways, and then it says child services, but it's just basically, it says kids at risk of being taken, or reporting something. This feels like this person is having to pay out child support. That's a lot of child support to like a previous partner that they have children with, basically. Tell me more about this. Ego, hurt ego getting in the way of relationship. Well, this is what I'm talking about in terms of every time there's a faintest whiff of like, oh, I didn't like the way you did that. They're like, oh, you know what? Screw you. Tell me more. But then they come back towards you later and say the right things to for you to give them another chance. They probably don't actually acknowledge whatever happened. Impersonator came out in reverse, which says what wants to be you, acts like you, dresses like you, looks like and copies you. In reverse, though. What's that about? What is that? Cute. Oh, so we have moving on and thank you next and wants you back in reverse. And the bottom of the deck is love triangle, third party, multiple lovers and choices. For some of you, I feel like this person may have tried to replace you by finding someone that was physically similar to you, or I don't know if dresses like you potentially, but like they have a similar aesthetic potentially in one way or another. They may have tried to replace you with like just got like a Gemini 0.2, 2.0 to try and like move on with them instead. With this moving on and wants you back in reverse, I think that's you. The fact that this love triangle card is here as well is that you don't want this to repeat again, and because you feel like this person involves is not faithful. Now with the third party, that could also be someone that they have children with who they have to pay child support to. Why moving on and wants you back in reverse? Thank you. We have karmic friends, can't fully trust them, tension, secret competition, keep your friends close and your enemies closer, and fishing for comments is at the bottom. Okay, so the third party could also be an issue with their social circle as well, who might... they hang around to find out what's going on about you or this person, so that they can hold something against them. Okay. If they do have to pay child support, this is also like maybe every time the two of you try and make something happen, there are oh, people that they're also like in the circle here, just got like hanging around like flies, who find out what's happening between the two of you, and then pass it on to their previous partner, like whoever they have children with, like baby mama, baby daddy, or whatever you want to call it, so that they can then threaten them with getting their children taken, like they won't have any access to them or something like that. Okay, let's get some more. Because obviously they are going to be in touch, Gemini, again. So let's find out, what are their intentions towards Gemini, please? I think that one of the main problems here is that this person lies to you. And like whatever goes on in terms of third parties or external parties who also, you know, they make the issue worse. Like obviously they make the situation worse, but this person has this streak of being dishonest. So what are their true intentions towards Gemini? We have the Star, which is Aquarius's major arcana. What are their intentions towards Gemini, please? The Queen of Cups. It's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. What are their intentions towards Gemini, please? Oh my gosh. Holy crap. So the King of Cups has come out. So that is a true pair, King and Queen of Cups. It's water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but it's basically the doesn't have to be that they're a water sign. It's basically that their intention is for the two of you to be in love with each, you know, for your feelings to be expressed, reciprocated, for the two of you to embrace the love that you have for each other. And then these two cards came out, the Empress and the Sun. I mean, that is spectacular in terms of intentions, I have to be honest, because I really question them as well throughout from what they've come through with. I mean, the constant like Seven of Swords that's hanging around here, I really wasn't expecting this, Gemini, to be honest, but their intention is healing. They potentially for the two of you to have a family, like you two to actually have a child together yourselves. I say that because I feel like they might already have that from a previous partner, but they also want to have that with you. Or if it's not, obviously if you're not in a place in your life where you want children or you can have children, it's just about the fact of, you know, the connection to have the room and the energy and the love to grow, for the situation to have this sense of endless, unconditional love, abundance. You know, whatever that you guys touch just blooms, basically. And the Sun, it's just happiness. The Sun and the Star, I mean, that's fantastic. So, okay, I can't deny that. There's very good intentions. It's all from a place of love. So what does this person want to say to Gemini, please? Thank you. Well, responsibilities. I have to take care of my financial and emotional needs. And there's this creepy looking child on this card, but yes, they probably need to acknowledge the fact that everything they want with you, they also still have responsibilities to fulfill from previous situations. I don't think it's like they're with someone, because I blatantly see that they're paying more like child support. And they need to actually fulfill that. With this bankrupt card, I don't know if you can see it, but there is, it says past due on that bill. So it's not necessarily that this person is bankrupt, but it might be more that they have been skipping or failing to pay the child support that is required of them, and they really need to step up and start just fulfilling that properly, rather than trying to brush it under the rug or like I'll just ignore it, it'll go away, they won't keep pestering, because that is irresponsible as well. Obviously they chose to have a child with someone. Tell me more what they want to say to Gemini, please. I mean, obviously if you were the previous person, you would want, you would need your ex-partner to fulfill their child support needs as well, so it's only right kind of thing. However you may feel about their previous partner. Any other messages this person wants to say to Gemini, please? Reunion. It says we will always come back to each other. Well, yeah. New chapter. Yeah, okay. Oh, before I shuffle it, it says dishonesty at the bottom of the deck. By lying, I ripped us apart. Yeah. Yes. This person needs to deal with their habit of lying. I think an element of, I'm not making excuses, I can't stand liars, but and as soon as I know that someone's lied to me, I'm like, oh, wall goes up. However, I feel like they do it because they don't want you to think of them differently. Like, they want you to have this glowing impression, like that they are spotless. As I said, no one is. What else do they want to say to Gemini, please? Detachment. I had to let this go so I could clear my mind. And then commitment is at the bottom of the deck. I want you to be a part of my future. I just laughed at that detachment card because I talked about that 8 of Cups and 6 of Wands. Someone felt very, very confident about the decision to detach. But it was then followed with, oh, this isn't good. This is actually a lot of pain from detaching from you, Gemini. And yeah, there's a message from the very start with the engagement ring, and that we started with the Ace of Pentacles, that they do want to solidify something with you. So let's just finish off. Is there any advice for Gemini, please? Because I see you're very, very skeptical about whether, because also there with that girl with the snake card, and they I think it's the skepticism is because they know the right things to make you drop, or they have in the past, to make you drop the boundary you've put up to them. So, and it hasn't gone well when you have. So now it's like, I really don't think I should let my boundary down again. I think that's more your perception rather than because I have to say that because I asked about their intentions and they are very pure. So I think it's more your perception rather than a message about the truth of them, if that makes sense. So what is the advice for Gemini here, please? What's the advice? We have the 9 of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles, that's Earth, Energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. At the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Cups. What's the advice? The 2 of Cups, my goodness. Temperance is at the bottom of the deck, Sagittarius, Major Arcana. Why is the 9 of Swords here? Because the Queen of Pentacles is talking about very loving, nurturing, generous, giving energy. It's very warm-hearted. The 2 of Cups is definitely, right back here, I think I said two of Cups question mark because it came out like that, crossing this offer from this person, which is going to maybe knock you off your feet a little bit. Like, it's worrying you that you have to make a choice about dealing with this. But the fact that as advice, it has come up in the upright, it's kind of confirmation that there is a strong bond. It's almost like saying, this is probably a soulmate and probably not a karmic lesson, if you see what I mean, as advice. But obviously, it's your life. You do what you think is best. Tell me about why the 9 of Swords is here, please. 9 of Swords is getting up in your head. It's fear-based thinking. If you ever experienced anxiety, and I hope you haven't, but for those that have, you know that it is can be catastrophizing, it can be thinking of the worst possible scenarios, which can also lead to manifesting that. So there might be a message here with that temperance is a need for moderation, cleansing that negativity. Also, you know, take a breather. Or, you know, when your mind is going 10 to the dozen and worrying about 10 different things and you can't even decide which thing to worry on first, it's really good to acknowledge that that is what your brain is doing, that you're in anxiety overload mode. And by actually stepping back and acknowledging that that is what's happening, rather than everything you're worrying about is a reality, which is what is like it's very hard dealing with anxiety, because before you acknowledge the fact that this is something that is actually working against you from inside you, before that, you think that every thought that goes through your mind is correct, because why would your mind lie to you? Like, why would your mind try and sabotage you? It's a funny old thing. So there's a need to like, okay, let's take a breather. Let's not go into overkill of thinking about all the worries. Any advice for Gemini, please, about this situation? 8 of Wands. Being funnily enough, I got this thing from you at the start of like, no, I will not reply. I will not talk to them. I told myself, yeah, just split the deck when I'm rambling, and the 7 of Wands and the 2 of Swords is there. It's like, no, I told myself I would not speak to them ever again. I wouldn't answer them. The advice here might be that communication here and back and forth and talking things out could have some positive progress, and actually, yeah, stop shuffling at the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Swords. When I'm saying this, it will actually make things better to talk things out, rather than blocking this person, whether you've literally blocked them or you're just blocking them out by ignoring them. Why the 8 of Wands, please, for Gemini? Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Talking first will allow the two of you to kind of re-establish, I want to say, a foundation between the two of you, maybe, which will give you the certainty one way or another to accept the offer that they're actually making to you. Remember, this was the first card out as well as the Ace of Pentacles. So, you know, rather than getting up in your head and blocking them out, it might do you more of a service to actually have a conversation with them, maybe address everything you want to address, rather than, you know, it's almost like that's going to actually give you peace of mind as well, because it's stabilizing the situation a little bit. It's just enough to know, okay, can we do this or not, rather than being completely, there's nothing to go on here, only the past to go on to help you decide what to do on a major choice. So rather than rushing into saying no or yes first lay some groundwork, and then you'll know, is this something worthy? Is this something stable that now I can accept the offer? Do you see what I mean? So that's what I've got for you this time, Gemini. I really hope that it was useful for someone out there. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please do hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you. Hit the notification bell so you know when I put up my next video. And if it did resonate at all, leave me a comment and let me know. I wish you all my very best. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.